So I was not going to record another podcast until I had made the decision that I was going to record probably for the new year or like possibly Christmas or whatever, or right before the new year. But I decided that I was going to record because I know people have been hitting me up like, where are you? There's been a lot of things that have gone on since the last time I recorded a podcast. And I'll go into those other details another time. But, this is the day after, of course, Election Day. It's November 6th, 2024. And we as in the community that I know is with me on this, I know we're sad. But I gotta tell you, it's interesting because I shut off all of the media stuff. I wasn't watching television anyway. I think I was watching television in the afternoon. Throughout the afternoon, there's been a lot of construction and things that have been going on, and we had construction people in the house, and they're doing something. If you might be able to hear them right now. There's like a whole gas line being updated in our neighborhood, and we were next in line to get everything squared away. Each person's house had to be checked, the gas line, all that sort of stuff. So I apologize if you hear all this noise in the background, but you know me, I'm going to do it raw and real. So, yeah, I shut everything off last night and I went to sleep. And I got to tell you, I woke up this morning well aware, even before going to sleep last night, there were still polls that hadn't closed and all of that, but it was clear the way that the election was going to go. It wasn't called yet before I went to sleep, but in my mind, if you guys know, how I am, I kind of put these things, together in my own head. But those of you who actually know me or know about me know that I had a long political working the political sector on Capitol Hill with the House and the Senate, the Library of Congress, embassies, and things like that. So these were a lot of people that were my clients and, all this sort of stuff. So I know this like the back of my hand. And from the time there was immunity given, this partial immunity given to presidents and presidents to come, I already knew from back then this is going to be an uphill climb. I knew that. It was the setup coming. But I am also a firm believer in there's a lesson in everything. And I think people really need to understand. When you go to a lot of countries, if you've traveled extensively and, outside of the the U.S. is not loved in a lot of places or by a lot of other countries. And I could never really understand why. And I always question it because as an American, I'm American born. My parents are immigrants, but I am American born. You kind of wear your American, thing on your sleeve. And, well, why do people, we're one of the greatest countries in the world, I am not the typical American, and I say typical loosely, that just thinks they're the best and nobody else exists. I've never been that. But you want to ride or die for your country, and I could never understand until I got older. And I realized how much damage America has done to other groups. Marginalized people, even its own people here. And does that mean that I hate America? No, I don't. I am proud to be, born in America. I'm proud of my immigrant parents. My parents are from Jamaica. They also became American citizens maybe 25, 30 years ago or so. I'm very proud of a lot of things that America is able to accomplish and do, and I know that other people are as well because they clamor to come here, you know. So I can appreciate what America brings to the table, but I also am very aware that America has an underbelly and a nature of deviancy and sickness and mean-spiritedness and so many things of why I now know as an adult why some other groups, people, countries can't stand us. When you see things like this happen, and I'm keeping it a buck with y'all, when you can put a 34 count convicted felon in office and you are happy about it, and I'm talking about the people that support this new president, when you're happy about that and you think that this is how it should be and you think that this is how it should go, it really gives little hope for future. You know, nobody is innocent out here. There are both sides on the parties, Republicans, Democrats, independents, and everything in between, who have done their share of dirt. Okay? Individual people walking outside, we have all done our share of being mean, being rude. We have lied, we have deceived, all the things, because we're human. You should try to be better than that. I know I try to be better than I was or used to be, or try not to repeat certain ills and things that you may not have treated that person so well. And, you know, you try to correct mistakes and bad decisions that you made in your life. But when I see things like this election, clearly, and we can't deny it anymore, even if we were still denying it, I don't know, I know I wasn't. We cannot deny the people have spoken. And we cannot deny that this is America. This is America. We put a felon, a convicted felon, who has yet to be sentenced in the highest office in the United States of America. And people, droves by the droves, are happy about it. They are thrilled. They want to see more. It is so discouraging, I know, to see something like this happen and think, well, why did I vote? Why did I, but I truly believe that God has a plan. And I'm not saying that lightly. Sometimes you have to really sit in the crap for you to really put a mirror up to yourself to see how you truly are. And I'm telling you, people, this is America. The people have spoken. They wanted what they wanted, and they did what they had to do to get it. I'm not going to say this person ran this race and they should have done more of this or they should have done more of that. Let me tell you something. Kamala Harris, listen, I've never seen a campaign run like this in my life. Her campaign is going to be one of the campaigns that will be studied for years to come. She ran a campaign that we have not seen the likes of such in American history. Brilliant. In such a short amount of time. But like I said before, if America wants what they want, they're going to do what they need to do to get it. And that is what they did. We could be mad about it. We can be upset about it. Our candidate didn't win. All these things. Let me tell you something. Now is the time to dig your heels down and be even more determined for change. This is the time to really make change and not just talk about it, but you gotta be about it. There are so many great races that were run yesterday. I know people are just concentrating on the president and vice president, but there are so many races that we won. 2 black women in the Senate simultaneously has never happened in the history of American politics. They are only, I believe, the 4th and 5th black woman in the Senate. This is historic. So instead of us concentrating so heavily on the presidential race, we have to look down the ballot in our own cities and see the things that have come to fruition. And what truly made me happy is seeing that Monroe Nichols over in Oklahoma, he is now the first, I believe, black mayor of Tulsa. And that is huge. If you know anything about the Tulsa massacre, I'll let you guys Google that. I think I've talked about it on here before. That is a major thing. That flips things to the other side. That helps to, I don't know, it helps to give us hope. You know, it definitely helps to give us hope. So I am not going to make myself crazy who's in charge of the Senate and who's in charge of the House and all that sort of stuff. The decisions that people made, they will have to reckon with those decisions. And it's going to be things that they're not going to see until further down the road. Because sometimes when you win, especially in a win such as this, you don't often see the other things that you're letting in the back door because you're so fixated on snatching the win from the other person. So I just say to sit back and watch, but stay vigilant. Stay vigilant and don't get yourself roped up into arguments and conversations. This is a time to be silently observant and be ready to move and be ready to do what you have to do when the time comes, because there's going to be a lot of dangerous people out there and you're going to have to defend yourself against them verbally, physically, and otherwise. It's not a game. This is not fear-mongering. This is real. We saw people, citizens of our own country, try to take over the Capitol. We just watched this happen. Anything is possible. So I'm saying to you, I know you're upset. I know that it hurts. But somehow, when I woke up this morning, I had peace. I had peace. I said, okay, they said what they needed to say. They did what they needed to do. But guess what? I've seen what I needed to see. Immediately no. And I'm going to leave it there. So, if you want to find me on social media, at Onyx Queen Media, you can email me hello@onyxqueenmedia.com. I will speak with and talk with anyone from any side, but I definitely feel the pain. But we're going to be okay. We're going to be all right.